What's up, y'all? I'm not good at this yet. That one word can change everything. Welcome to MINDSHiFT Monday. All month, we've been talking about mindset, how you see challenge, how you see failure, how you see growth. And today we're closing out the month with one word that keeps possibility alive. Yet. Yes, I'm Robert Kennedy III, RK3. That's me. And if you've ever decided too early about who you are or what you can do, this episode is for you. Hey, y'all. Come on. If you want to go live with me, want to know when we're going live, text live to 240-557-8679. After the show, we want you to join us for the level up. So head on over to MINDShiftMonday.com/Zoom. Yes. Listen, we got some great stuff coming up for you. If you are in the corporate space, if you are an HR leader, if you are a business leader, we want to talk to you about why smart professionals get ignored in meetings and what actually gets people to listen. Head on over to kineticworkshops.com/smartpros and register for that. kineticworkshops.com/smartpros and register for that session. There's the QR code. I'll leave it up for just 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. And we got one more thing. The Story Vault Remix. Yes, 90 minutes of capturing the stories that you've been missing. Pulling them out of yourself, pulling them out of your history, pulling them out of your background, pulling them out of your everyday, and showing you how you can apply those to your daily life and, your presentations. Just making you better overall. Yeah. All right. So head on over to storyvaultremix.com. Get signed up for that. Let me put that back. For those of you that haven't seen it, storyvaultremix.com and get signed up for that. Hey, y'all, listen, most limits don't come from the lack of ability. They come from premature conclusions. So glad that y'all are here. What's up? Half mom, half amazing. Thuli Emenguni. I'm mixing up your name. Sorry about that. Rope Sharang 85, Kendrick Uda, Dr. Renelli Williams. So glad that y'all are here. JSD Man 93. So glad that you're here. David Hunt. Ooh, yeah, YouTube. So glad you're here. Dr. Lorenda. What's going on? Let's do this thing, y'all. Come on. Y'all ready? Let's get ready. Let's rock and roll. I got all sorts of music playing. There we go. Bam. Let's do it. What's going on, y'all? Quick question for you. I want you to think about something that you've said recently. Think about it. Maybe you've said, I can't do that, or I'm not good at that, or that's not for me. Now, imagine adding one word to the end of that. Yet. Yeah, we're going to talk about that this morning. Let me say what's up to the people in the space, in the place, looking at my face. What's up, y'all? Twyla Grigsby, so glad that you're here. C. Marie B, so glad that you are here. Ooh, if you want me to give you a shout out, just write your name. Just say something in the chat so I can give you a quick shout out and say, what's up? I'm glad y'all are here. I love doing the MINDSHiFT Monday. I love doing the MINDSHiFT Monday because it's not just for y'all, it's for me too. Let's do this thing. All right, so let's jump on into our session this morning. Yes. So recently, I did something that I had in my brain to do for quite some time. Maybe it might be a bucket list item. Coach George Rice, the third. You know, I like people that are the third. Come on, I have a partiality to the thirds. Yeah. So anyway, I did this thing recently. Maybe it's a bucket list item, but my son had a birthday coming up, and he said, "Dad, for this birthday, I want to go skydiving. And since it was something on my list to do, I said I would do it with him. Now, let me build this up a bit. Have you ever jumped off of anything higher than a chair? I don't know. Maybe it might be a little bit scary. How about this one? Have you ever gone up in a roller coaster or an amusement park ride and realized, like when you got to the top of the roller coaster, how high you were? And that you were going to come down at a faster speed than you went up. I remember watching Mission Impossible, and there was a scene in the movie where they jumped out of a plane and somebody was falling, and they were fighting midair. And someone's parachute wouldn't open, and then Tom Cruise had to dive straight down to try to catch up with them in midair and save them both. Maybe I'm saying the wrong movie, whatever it is, but you understand it. You got the scene in your brain, right? Wind blowing, and then of course you've got the music playing, dun 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 dun, just making it scary, and it's a heart-stopping scene. This is the story of skydiving that's been in my brain. That as I'm researching this, because as I said before, it wasn't something that my son just asked about. It was something that I said some years ago that I wanted to do. I said I wanted to do this thing before I left this blue ball. So I'm researching this thing. And as you're researching it, as I'm researching it, I hear these numbers, like jumping from more than 10,000 feet. Ooh, right? 10,000. I don't know if you've ever jumped off a chair or anything more than 6 feet, but multiplying that to 10,000 or 12,000, crazy. How about this number? Free fall, falling at 120 miles per hour for 30 to 40 seconds. Now, typically, when you fall, you feel out of control, right? Give me a thumbs up, say yes if you've ever fell and you felt out of control. How many of you have ever fallen and it's no more than 3 or 4 seconds, if that, but you're out of control and everything slows down? It's like you could see the pain coming. Can you imagine that feeling sustained for more than 30 seconds? I want you to imagine feeling out of control for more than 30 seconds. So my son and I, we sign up for the skydive. And as we are signing up for the skydive, we are required to watch a safety video. You can't skip through it. You can't fast forward it. You can't play it on 1.5 or 2.0. You can't jump ahead. We're required to watch this safety video. So we watch a safety video. Then we essentially sign our life away in waivers. The short story of waivers is this: stuff might happen, and if it does, it just does. You agree not to sue us because you knew this was dangerous. That's essentially what you're doing with the waivers, right? So we get to this small airport, small country airport, and they tell us that there is cloud cover. So we're going to have to wait for another hour. So we're waiting. We go back to the car and we're waiting. And when you're anxious about anything, being told that you have to wait for another hour is crazy work, right? Anyway, the cloud cover clears and we go through our training with the instructors. We get strapped up. It's these harnesses. They put it over your shoulders. They put it through your legs and pull it tight. And then we go outside. He talks to us a little bit and we get into the plane. And just in case you think it is the big military plane in the movies, no, it's not. It's a small plane with no seats in the back, pilot up front, and just me and my son and the two instructors strapped to us in the plane. Yeah. So we fly up. We fly up. The plane leaves the ground, and I could show you the entire video, but I won't. The plane leaves the ground, and you know the feeling when you leave the airport and the plane is flying, and you look down and you see the ground, and the ground is getting further and further away, and you know all of that. So we fly up, and we see it feels like we're flying for about 7 or 8 minutes. Feels like we're flying for about 7 or 8 minutes. And the pilot or the instructor says, "Hey, we're about a third of the way up." We're like, okay, we're looking around. We're still going higher? He says, "Yeah, we're about 4,000 plus feet." Okay, we're looking. So we keep flying, keep going up. And they say, "Okay, we're just about there. We're just about there." Then we feel the plane level out. Okay, he says, "Yep, we're just about a little bit over 10,000 feet. We're there." We fly up, and they open the door of the plane. So at this point, they're like, who wants to go out first? Actually, they asked who wanted to go out first. My son said he was going to go out first, and I said I was going to go out after. So we go up, and what they tell you to do is once the door opens on the plane, they tell you to hang your legs out of the plane. And then we're doing tandem jumps at this point. So hang your legs out of the plane and lean back on the instructor. Okay, so let me share this with you. So we get up, we put our legs out of the plane, and so I take my legs out, and I lean back on the instructor, and then the instructor pushes us off of the plane, and we're dropping, and we're like flipping upside down and right side up, etc. And we're falling, and we keep falling, and we keep falling. And in case you couldn't see it, my beard was up in my nose at this point. We're falling. We're still falling at this point. And then finally, after about 30 something seconds, maybe 40 seconds, somewhere thereabouts, he pulls the parachute, and we slow down. Now, I got to tell you a little bit about that whole free fall experience that you just mentioned, that you just saw. As we're falling, I realized that the story that I'd heard about skydiving, about jumping out of the plane, the story that I saw on Mission Impossible, the story that I told myself was different than the actual experience. You see, we jumped out of the plane and we're falling, and they told us that it was 120 miles an hour. They told us that it was from 10,000 feet, but it felt like I was floating as I was falling. It was like air pushing up on me, and it felt like I was floating. And then when he actually pulled the parachute, it was just a calm, like I'm floating down to the ground experience. The story, I want you to hear this. The story that I told myself was different than the actual experience. How often do we keep ourselves from doing something because of the story that we tell ourselves before the thing even happens? How often do we give up before we hit gold because of the story that we tell ourselves? We've been talking about mindset this month, and mindset is mainly the repeating story that you tell yourself about yourself. I'll say that once more. Mindset is mainly the repeating story that you tell yourself about yourself. And there's one simple word that shifts that story. And that word is yet. We've been talking about Carol Dweck's book Mindset this entire month. And Carol Dweck, again, teaches this idea about a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. A fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. And she teaches that the mindset really isn't just about optimism, about having a good outlook on life. It's about being open. So if you remember, a fixed mindset hears a challenge and says, I'm not good at this. But a growth mindset hears the same challenge and says, I'm not good at this yet. In a book, Mindset, Carol Dweck, she writes that not yet implies that learning is underway, that something more is to come. And that word yet keeps the brain engaged instead of closed. Right? That word yet is a door opener. Quite often we share closed door statements with our brains, with ourselves. So yet keeps the door open when doubt wants to slam it shut. So here's why people avoid that word yet, though, because yet seems to imply responsibility, right? We when we say I can't do that, or I don't have that, it feels final. Have you ever had an opportunity placed in front of you and you're like, I can't afford that? It feels final. I don't have the money for that. It feels final. You're telling your brain that. But if I were to say not yet, it means that growth is possible. It means that effort matters. It means that change is your move, right? And the fixed mindset prefers certainty, even limited certainty, over uncomfortable possibility. I'll say that once more for those of you that are not hearing me. Fixed mindsets prefer certainty. Certainty feels good, doesn't it? Fixed mindset prefers certainty, even limiting certainty over uncomfortable possibility. I want you to think about learning anything meaningful. Public speaking. Yeah, a lot of people come to me for that. Public speaking. Leadership. As a leader, how you speak publicly. Yeah, and there's a lot of that I work on. Fitness, relationships, your faith, confidence. See, nobody starts out at the top. Nobody starts out good or even great. Growth isn't something that people magically believe. People who grow don't magically believe. They simply refuse to decide too early. They let the word yet buy them time to develop. And sometimes we quit too soon. We quit too soon. And we make that decision to quit because of the story. And that story is not fueled by possibility. So as we talk about shifting your mindset on MINDSHiFT Monday, maybe your old belief is, this is who I am. But that new belief is, this is who I am becoming. This is who I am versus this is who I am becoming. And remember that becoming is better than being. Because becoming signals growth. Yet, I'm not this yet. I'm not able to do that yet. I don't have the money yet. Yet is the language of becoming. We're rolling up on time here. And as we do this, remember that we like to do 3 actions for transformation. Let me say what's up to a few people. Kareen Evans, how are you doing this morning? Kendra Dodd, so glad you're here. Othniel Stevens Sr., so glad that you're here. Agatha Irish, so glad that you're here. Yes, Dr. Lorenda, Bala, 12148, so glad that you all are here. Well, let's jump in and get some actions this morning. Let's get some actions. So action number one, your action for transformation. Number one, I want you to audit your language. I want you to audit your language. For one day, I want you to notice the sentences or any closed door statements that you might say to yourself, either out loud or in your brain. I want you to notice it. I want you to take note of it. Statements like, I'm not good at, or I don't have what it takes, or I don't have the money, or I'm not visible enough. And then I want you to add, once you start to capture those, once you start to notice those, I want you to add the word yet to that. I'm not good at this yet. I don't have what it takes yet. I don't have the money yet. I'm not visible enough yet. See how it feels. Just practice it with yourself today and see the physical, biological, the emotional feeling that takes place. It is sending a message to your brain. Number two, I want you to replace final statements. When you hear yourself using a closed door statement, I want you to say, I'm still learning. We use yet to open that door. And I want you to add the statement, I'm still learning. I don't have the money yet. I'm still learning how to get it. I'm not good at skydiving yet. I'm still learning how to do it. I'm not good at playing an instrument yet. I'm still learning how to do it. I'm not good at managing my finances yet. I'm still learning how to do it. That keeps growth active. And your job, your goal is to keep growth active. Transformation statement number three, or action number three, practice patience with yourself. Practice patience with yourself. Progress is proof that you're in process. Progress is proof that you're in process. Practice patience with yourself. A whole lot of P's there. Practice patience. Give yourself some grace. Because you're not going to be good or great or grand at anything in your first go around. Man, I'm alliterating this morning. You're not going to be amazing at anything in your first shot. But if you decide that you're going to give yourself some grace, if you practice patience and decide that you're going to do it again, and that you are at the possibility mindset, or that you're not there yet, but you can get there, give yourself some grace. Practice patience with yourself. Listen, y'all, we're wrapping this thing. We're landing the plane this morning. Well, I didn't land in a plane. I landed on a parachute, y'all. We landed in a parachute. It was good stuff. Listen, y'all, if you want to speak about this just a little bit more, and you want to help to identify where you've shut some doors too soon, then I want you to join me in the after show, MINDShiftMonday.com/proof/Zoom. I'm sorry. I'm looking at David Hunt's comment talking about proof. Yes, David Hunt, thank you so much. Progress is proof that you're in process. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right. Join me, MINDShiftMonday.com/Zoom in just about 3 minutes, top of the hour. We're going to rock and roll. We're going to jam. We're going to get some accountability on the table. we're going to have you share a little bit about how you are intending to grow this week. All right. Don't decide too soon who you are. Don't turn one hard moment into a permanent label. You're not behind. Doesn't matter how old you are. Maybe you're 30, maybe you're 40, maybe you're 50, maybe you're 60, but you are not behind. You're not incapable. You're not done. You're just not there yet. Growth doesn't disappear, man. It develops. Yeah, we're just rocking the alliterations today. Oh, stay in process. Keep shifting your mindset so that you can keep your future open. Yes, join me. 2.5 minutes. Go to MINDSHiFTMonday.com/Zoom. I hope y'all come. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Let's talk. Let's do this thing. Come on.